Pokemon took full advantage of the direct spotlight today by revealing new megas, a brand new game, and even DLC for Legends ZA. In this video, I've compiled all the information you might have missed from today's announcements. Make sure to like and subscribe, but now, let's get into it. We should have known it was going to be a good day because even before the Direct, we got an announcement that shiny Koraidon and Miraidon are going to be coming to Scarlet and Violet via mystery gift distribution codes. Starting September 26th through October 16th, US users can go to GameStop to get those codes, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia can go to EB Games, and Japanese players can go to participating stores. They didn't specify which ones. Unfortunately, Europe users, I'm not sure if or when you are getting this distribution, but I'll keep my eye out and I'll let you know if and when. And now we can get into the ZA news, and this stuff is quite juicy. Right away, they throw it in our face with those teases of the Kalos starters there. We didn't know. We didn't know we were getting megas. We just kind of thought that, hey, we're getting more gameplay and we finally get to see the starters in game, and that's pretty cool. And then they start showing battles and stuff we've just seen over and over again. But then things intensify. You see the final stage evolutions of those Pokemon, and things are battling, and things are getting heated. You get Absol Mega evolving here, and then Delphox give the trainer that weird look, and it's like, oh my gosh, and Megas are coming. So we've got Mega Chestnut, we've got Mega Delphox, and we've got Mega Greninja. I can't believe they pulled the trigger on these. These will look dope. As always, though, the trailer is only half the battle, as they release a press release later on, so we've got more information on these megas that we'll go ahead and take a look at now. First, let's take a look at Mega Chestnut, and it says, when it Mega evolves, its armor hardens into a rock-solid plating, and its fur thickens into a cloak that cushions incoming attacks. So this, to me, hints at it's going to get a physical defense boost, and maybe a special defense boost, but definitely a physical defense boost. It's going to be a big-time wall on the physical side. This transformation doesn't make it reckless, however. Mega Chestnut becomes more composed and level-headed in battle. Then it says its most striking change is its shoulder armor, which it reshapes into an axe-like weapon. Spikes extend outward to form a heavy blade, so large that it must be wielded with both hands. Despite its size, Mega Chestnut handles this weapon with precision, delivering powerful, calculated strikes. So I would presume it means a physical and maybe a special defense boost, but this thing is going to be a heavy hitter and a tough thing to hit back. Now we'll take a look at Mega Delphox here, and it says 2 magical branches now float at its side, manipulated with precision and mystery to bewilder its opponents. It hovers atop a large glowing branch, using this elevated platform both for intimidation and tactical advantage. So essentially they're kind of feeding into more of that witchcrafty side of its design, which is a really neat touch. And then it says, while its foes are confused, Mega Delphox remains calm, executing precision attacks. Its flames, emanating from both its mouth and its 2 light branches, can combine into a devastating fireball, incinerating targets with coordinated furious force. So this thing is definitely getting a special attack boost, and maybe a new move as well. I don't know what the name would be, but the first thing that comes to my head is use fireball, or something like that, you know? So this is going to be really cool. And of course, lastly, we've got Mega Greninja, who gains dramatically sharpened reflexes the moment it Mega evolves. Rather than operating from the shadows, it now reveals itself to bait its foes, confident it can dodge whatever's thrown its way. Now all these descriptions of these megas here are indicating which stats are going to be boosted, or at least hinted at, and that screams speed to me. So we should see an increased stat boost there. One of the most striking changes is the gigantic water shuriken it clings to, created by a gel-like membrane secreted from its own body. While suspended upside down, Mega Greninja uses its tongue to wrap and immobilize surprised opponents, then strikes while they're vulnerable atop the whirling blade. So that entire thing there screams speed and attack to me, so this thing's going to be probably very fragile. Not like it had great defenses to begin with, but this is going to be a very interesting Pokemon in competitive. And something I just stumbled upon that's going to kind of break some people's hearts here is if you wanted to use one of these megas throughout your playthrough, it's most likely not going to happen unless you want to use Greninja, because the Mega Stones are not available through the normal gameplay. In order to get these Mega Stones, you have to play through the ZA Battle Club. Ranked battles give 3 types of rewards: battle rewards after each match, promotion rewards after ranking up, and season rewards at the end of each season. And so one of those rewards at the end of the season is going to be these Mega Stones. And we don't know how long these seasons are going to last, so who knows if or when you will be able to use these in your playthrough, which kind of sucks. Now, if we take a look at some of the minor news from the output today, it says home connectivity will be coming to SV in 2026, which my guess is that'll be coming around Pokemon Day 2026, so sometime in February. But the more important news to come out of all this is Pokemon cannot be transferred from ZA to previous titles in the video game series, and if you transfer a Pokemon from previous titles to ZA, it will no longer be able to be transferred back to previous games. So if you have a Chestnut that is in SV, you put it in ZA, it will no longer be able to go back to SV, which seems kind of weird to me considering ZA and SV look to have the same engine, so I'm not really sure why you would not be allowed to do that, but that is what it's saying here. The ZA news was not done there, as Pokemon did something very unprecedented, even for them, beyond just putting stuff in the Direct. We actually got DLC announcement for a game that's not even quite launched yet. That's right, we're getting a Mega Dimensions DLC that involves Hoopa and 2 new Megas. Both are Raichu, so it's coming along the lines of Mega Mewtwo Y and X. We're getting Raichu Y and X, which is very interesting. We did, of course, get descriptions for both X and Y, so we'll go through those. Mega Raichu X floats by generating electromagnetic force with its twin tails. Its body stores electricity, boasting both power and defense. Using this energy, it propels itself through the air and can knock out foes several times its size with a single electrified punch. Even with these changes, it still resembles a regular Raichu, which I think both these designs kind of go hand in hand with the scrapped Gorochu design, which is really cool that they're able to kind of encapsulate that within the franchise despite Gorochu never being a Pokemon. Then for its other form, Mega Raichu Y specializes in fast, decisive battles, striking with instant bursts of electricity. Its cheek sacs generate amplified power that flows between its tail and horn-like fur, unleashing powerful electric-type moves. The surge of energy fuels a wild temperament, pushing it toward direct, aggressive attacks. Despite the changes, it still closely resembles Pikachu. But again, I think both of these forms kind of have those resemblance to those two, but then bring in features of Gorochu, which is just really neat in my opinion. Now, pre-orders for this DLC are already available. If you'd like to go to the Nintendo eShop and purchase that, you will get a Holo X and Holo Y apparel items that will be available on the day of release, and the additional DLC story content will be available at a later date. And then in the most out of left field news of the day, we're getting a brand new game in 2026 called Pokéopia. Now, Pokéopia is going to be a life sim game where a Ditto transforms into a human that is able to borrow moves of other Pokemon that it attracts to this paradise. And so the more moves you use and adapt to, the more you can do on your island, which will attract more Pokemon, and you can then build them homes, and you can build yourself homes, build furniture, grow gardens, all that fun jazz, pretty much everything you could do in Animal Crossing, you're going to be able to do here. So if you're a fan of both of these franchises, then I feel like this is just a dream come true for you. And frankly, it is for me. Now the only thing we need to see is a Mario Kart version of Pokemon, and everything will be set. Like, that is the ultimate dream come true. But this game, it comes out in 2026. We don't know much about it other than the few little things we saw in the trailer, so be on the lookout for that. That is going to be it for the news today. Let me know what you're most excited about, and until next time, I've been your Majesty Kingly.